Welcome back. Welcome if you're a first time viewer. All glory be to God. So, yesterday it was like 80 degrees. Yeah, like 84 degrees. Today it's like 60. It got to be like 60 degrees today. Heavenly Father, I plead the blood of Jesus over this live. In Jesus' mighty name. I ask that you be the focal point of this live. In Jesus' mighty name. So, I figured I'd just erase the live I did earlier because I know I was going to go over it. And then I got something else I want to go over too with y'all. But this was one of them. And it's Exodus 14. I've been going through it. And so I'm going back through it through my Bible. So that's where I am with my Bible. And of course, I read, or I have my audio Bible that'll get me through some other stuff. But Exodus 14. And it says that, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now, this is the last plague has been done. Like the Lord then took the firstborn, and they getting up out of there. The Israelites is getting up out of there. And it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pahahiroth, between Migdal and the sea, over against Baal Zephon, before it shall ye encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness hath shut them in. Pharaoh gonna be like, aha, I got y'all. Y'all thought y'all was getting away. He was still prideful. He was still prideful and didn't want to let them go. So, but after, the firstborn was taken out of all of Egypt, he was like, go on, take everything and get up out of here. And so, once they start leaving, the Lord, let me keep going. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. Everybody gonna know that he is the Lord. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And this is the thing that, this is the exact thing that the enemy is doing right now today with us in 2026. We're enslaved to comfort. We're enslaved to accolades. We're enslaved to money. We're enslaved to lust, sin, all of these things. And like we can do all of the partying, all of the this and all of this, and look at what I got going on, and showing all of the reels, and we can do all of that all we want to. But at the end of the day, a lot of times, a lot of people go home and they cry. And just because you don't cry out loud, and just because don't nobody hear you being loud, or can't nobody see you, God knows the heart. So he hears your cries. And so what started this was the Lord heard the people's cries. The Lord heard the Israelites' cries, right? So he comes to save them. Because that's what he does. He's a good father. He comes to save. Although we might have been like that prodigal son and went and took all of our inheritance and blew it off, and thought we had a mind of our own and was going to do what we wanted to do until it had to come to an end. Or we had some people in our family that thought that they were going to use and abuse us and get a profit off of us, because of the jealousy, the hatred, the envy, because they see the light in you, and they ain't do nothing but push you into the Lord's will. And so the Lord heard their cry to save them. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? The enemy, he gets mad when that prodigal son, and we turn back to our father, when we become Joseph and we be like, don't fear, to the brothers that tried to sell us into slavery, right? To those family members, or stiff-necked family members, right? Because hurt people. I don't feel like it's necessarily an intention. Lack of identity, lack of self awareness or purpose. The things that God has put in you, right? All glory be to God. And so the enemy, he don't like that, right? He do not like that. So he gonna try to come back and get us. He gonna try to come back and get us. And look, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariots and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with a high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, besides Pi Hahiroth, before Baal Zephon. And then here go the Israelites murmuring, right? And we're giving foot to the enemy to get close to us again by the murmuring. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, And they were so afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Like, we could have died up in Egypt. And that's what they told them. That's what they told him when they were in Egypt, when he doubled the load and made them go get their own straw and stuff to build the pyramids. And they like, go on somewhere, Moses. But see, God heard their hearts. God heard their cry, right? And so he like, I'm gonna save my people. This was my promise. This is my word to Abraham. But it's getting too hard. We can't see the forest from the trees. All right? The enemy is after us. Bills is getting higher. Payment is getting lower. Car broke down. Just lost my job, or I'm paycheck to paycheck. I don't have nobody helping me. The devil is tormenting my mind because I cried out to God and God came for me, and he's saving you, right? It's not his will that any of us shall perish. It's not his will. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians, we may serve sin, we may serve the government, we may serve the enemy, we may take of the mark of the beast. Let us alone. Because following Christ, picking up our cross and dying to ourselves daily, that's like dying. But little did they know that they were dead. When Moses, what initiated Moses was him trying to stop a Israelite, being a Hebrew, from being beaten to death, right? And he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And the time when the two Hebrews were bickering amongst each other, he like, why y'all bickering with each other? Stop it. And they like, who made you prince? What you gonna do? Kill us like you did the Egyptian? Right? So they would rather bicker with each other. And it's nothing different than 2026. We would rather compete with each other. We would rather bicker with each other. We would rather stay in our sin. We would rather, because dying to self desires and easy, being whipped and staying in sin, thinking that that's winning. We thinking that we winning because we can say, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make this money. I'm going to sell feet pics, or I'm going to get on OnlyFans, or I'm going to get on this, or I'm going to get on the corner and sell some drugs. I'm going to go do this, and it's going to be easy money to come in for me. I'd rather do that, be in the sin, and then that way I can show people how I live. I got it. Y'all wish y'all had this. Look at my life and look at your life. We'd rather do that than to die to ourselves, like Moses did. Die to being in the palace and having everything that he could have possibly have desired to save his brother. To save his brother. And this is what they said. Didn't we tell you to leave us alone? Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians. We may serve the sin. We may serve the enemy. We may take of the mark of the beast. We can serve the what he said. You can't serve mammon and God. You can't sit at the table of both. The Egyptians, for it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. Really? My God. The wilderness is in God's bosom. That's his bosom. That's his bosom. That's what I just got from that. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not. Stand still. What'd he say? Be still and know that I am God. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptian whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. We can be saved and we can be delivered. But when we go to thinking like this, like, Lord, you brought me out of here. You brought me out of the world. You took me away from a job that was stable where I was getting a check at least every week. But what was that doing to you? What was that doing to you? Working 60, 80 hours a week. Constantly complaining of how tired you is, but you got enough time to party, but you don't have time for God. Excuse me. And we be really thinking that's living, but again, like I said yesterday, when we are in sin, we are dead. We are dead. We really did die once we ate of that fruit of knowledge of good and evil. And the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. The Lord is going to fight for us. If the Lord said, okay, I heard your cry, you ready to come out of the sin, you ready to come out of the world, I got you. I got you. I had you the last time. You cried out to me. Remember you got drunk. Remember you was off in that car. Remember you was off in that predicament and you was hiding out from the police. You like, Lord, I ain't going to do it no more. Remember that? Yeah, he got you. Because the enemy is going to bring back some stuff. The enemy is going to come after you. Because he don't want to let you go. He's going to come after you and he's going to try to draw you back in with the fear. With the fear. Like, remember you did that? Remember you did that? I can do this. Like, they have power over you, but they don't have power. God has all the power and all the control. 15. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Why the Israelites is crying to me? Speaking to the children of Israel that they go forward. We have to keep moving forward, y'all. We have to keep moving forward. But lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thy hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on through the midst of the sea. See, God is going to perform miracles for you. God is going to perform miracles for you. He didn't already did it. Like with the plagues, he saved the Israelites versus the plagues hit all the Egyptians. And again, like when the time you said you wasn't going to do this no more and the Lord kept you in your right mind, kept you in your body. He's going to protect you. He's going to make a way. He's going to perform miracles for you. So that way you will know that it's nothing but him. It's nothing but him. When you don't have nobody else around you, there's nowhere else to go. It's nothing but him. And behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will give me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. This is when he says, I'm gonna make a footstool. I prepare a table before your enemies. I prepare a table in front of your enemies. Yeah. He said, and I, behold, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will give me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. God is going to get the glory out of your life. Because, see, the enemy thought that he was going to use some people that was wanting to be used by him, that wanted to stay in the world, to be enemies of you, and to try to keep you, or to try to make life hard for you. Maybe they had a position of power, or they had a little bit of money, they had a little bit of a position more than you, and they felt like they was gonna make life hard on you. But God gonna get the glory out of it, and he's gonna make a way. He's gonna perform miracles to where they gonna have to be like, dang, they really was living for God. Dang, really, God really is fighting for them. And then you gonna be like, all right, Lord, show out then, and increase your faith. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. All of the people, all of the little minions that they had following them. And the angel of God which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. He covering the front and the back. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them. But it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And so it can be looking like you defeated. It can be looking like God done took his hand off of you. Because remember it said that the cloud came from the front of them to the back, but it was looking like darkness to them in the back, but it was light for them in the front to keep them moving. But in the back of them, it was looking like dark. So it could be looking like the Lord then took his hand off of you, my God, but he's still working. He's still working. He's still working. Even when it looked like you're losing, you still winning. So be still. He said it. What did he say? Be still. Y'all need to be still right here. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still. What did he say? Be still and know that I am God. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them, because that hardened heart, that stiff neck, that pride, that ego of an enemy that has that strife in them, that want to continue to go after God's children, that want to continue to go after God's anointed, and there go my baby, my doggy. It's not my doggy, but what's the name, doggy, and I be feeding her. Yeah, they be thinking that they can come and continue to pursue after you, and the thing is they don't think that your God is real. They think that God then took his hand off of you because stuff is not going in your favor, or stuff is, it seemed like you're losing, but you winning the whole time. And it came to pass that in the morning watched the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. See, now they got scared, because they was full of that rah-rah, but then now they got scared and took off their chariots' wheels, that they drave them heavily, so they can get on up out of there. So that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. Let us get on up out of here. We didn't mess with the wrong people. Let us get on up out of here. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea. See, the Lord said, vengeance is mine. And he has a way about getting vengeance, but it's just. Because and a lot of times, when you, say like you done stubbed your toe, or you having a bad day, you're trying to hurry up or something like that, or you're having a bad day, and it seemed like the more you fight against this bad day, like, or the more you try to like speed and go, it seemed like somebody's gonna get in front of you and go slower. If you stub your toe, and if you get angry and like, dang, shoot, like something else will happen. So it's best to let God have his vengeance, because if we have our vengeance, we gonna mess up stuff, and it'll make stuff worse. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea turned to his strength, returned to his strength, when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. They didn't make it up out of that thing. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. See how God is making provision for them? See how God is making a way for them out of the wilderness? But it don't seem like it's good, because it seemed like they're stronger. The Egyptians were stronger, and they put fear into them, and they were coming after them. But that's from not believing in who your father is. That's from not knowing who your father is. That comes from not knowing who you come from, the Lord you serve. My God. And so as long as the Egyptians had them working and busting butt, they couldn't serve God. They didn't know God. They was not serving God. They was not looking to God. As long as they were up under the Egyptians and serving the Egyptians, and this is what's going on in 2026. As long as we are serving the master of, I gotta be the best, I gotta have this competition, I gotta show y'all like I got the most money, I gotta show y'all I got the most name brands, I gotta show y'all that I'm the most popular, I gotta show y'all that I'm the most whatever. I'm the first one that did it. That don't mean nothing to the devil. That don't mean nothing to God. As long as they keep us popping that whip on us, and that's all it is, we working, busting butt for somebody else so we can show off to somebody else. And as long as the Egyptians had them serving them, they couldn't serve God. So as long as we're serving your president, your government, and the social media, as long as we serving that, we won't be serving God. We won't give him time. As long as we're distracted by the fake wars and all of that stuff. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. Amen. So After the Lord then saved me, y'all, I was dealing with this guy, and we went to a hotel. My first time taking ecstasy. That day, I was in that life. I survived that day. But this same guy took this other girl. It might have been them chilling at the hotel, partying, kicking it. But this girl that stayed down the street, and I was maybe 16. She was a couple of years younger than me, so she had to have been maybe 14. Matter of fact, I might have been 17, 18, something like that. So she might have been 15, 16, something like that. But she stayed down the street from me. And probably her and her homegirls went to the hotel with this same guy and probably doing the same thing, chilling, whatever. They did not make it. They did not make it. It was about 4 people. It was about 4 people, kids that got killed. Somebody went in there, and because I'm in a town, it's not that big. I've lived in Chicago. It's not that big here. But, and so, it's kind of the word around town. But I knew the girl. She stayed down the street. I knew the guy. I had been at a hotel with him, chilling with him. But, what is it called? Like the dude went in there. I don't know. I guess he might have been robbing them or something. But he shot everybody execution style, everybody. And then I think it was 3 guys that went in there with him to do that. It was around 4 people that got killed. And then the dudes that was with him that performed the act, I guess the leader, the craziest one, killed them because of watching too much TV. Watching too much TV, thinking that thinking he's going to take out the people that knew who he was. One of the babies, and this is true story. And one of the boys was like, if something happened to me, the boy did it. He did it. He told his grandma that. But see, the Lord kept me. And there's many more situations I've been through like that. And the Lord kept me. I could have been hurt. I could have been gone a long time ago. But the Lord kept me. And the Lord is real. And he wants to use me. He wants to get the glory. But see, the enemy is trying to come after me. No, my life is not perfect. No, I don't have it all figured out. No, I'm not a Bible scholar. I asked God for wisdom and discernment, and I asked him to protect me and to give me him, and I spent time with him, and it gets hard, right? It gets hard, and I want to go to murmuring and like, Lord, I've been doing this for you, and I've been doing that for you. I've been praying, I've been reading my Bible, I'll be fasting, and I'll be doing this, and I'll be trying to be nice and do all of these things. That's could have been dead a long time ago. That's good, baby. But I can't do it on my own strength. I have to have him, and that requires me to die to myself daily and pick up my cross. That requires me to not try to work 40, 60 hours and hustle and bustle just so I can show off to the world I am somebody. The Lord already said I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I already believe that he loved me. I already believe that he sent his son. Now, I was denying him when I was in the world. I was dead though. I was denying him when I was in the world because I wanted to be God of my life. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to fulfill the pleasures of of myself. But now I know who my father is. Now I know what true love is. Now I don't have to continue to try to seek it. Now dying to myself, it may hurt because something from the past may come up and be like, oh, well, look at you suffering. At least when you was back there, like they said, didn't we tell you when you came at first, Moses, to leave us alone? Because now our workload is double, right? It gets harder, but God is with you every step of the way. He's going before you. He's going before us to pave the way. And any enemy that tries to stop us, listen, that that promise that he made Abraham, he said, I will be a blessing to those who bless you, and I'll be a curse to those who curse you. That still stands. God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. That's my God. Okay? So he'll go before you, and he'll be behind you too, fighting. And it may look like you're losing. It may look like everybody passing you up and getting what they want. What's that saying that's out there that's in Denzel Washington's voice? If the devil is leaving you alone, you might be doing something wrong. So, in order to get out that wilderness, it's going to hurt. Because you're coming out of a familiar territory. You're coming out of familiar territory, and he's changing your palates, your taste buds, showing you who the true king is, the true provider, the true fighter, the true overcomer, the true winner is. But that's it. That's all. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Continue to pray for me. I continue to pray for y'all. I love y'all. Have a good night.